out the starting lineup. The Spurs are hoping to even the series at 2 following the loss here on Friday night. The Lakers seek to take a 3-1 advantage back home to L.A. Hi, everybody. Marv Albert with Bill Walton, Steve Snapper-Jones, and Jim Gray. The officials, Dick Pavetta, Monty McCutcheon, and Mike Callahan. And the Spurs control the opening tip. David Robinson in the starting lineup for the second straight game after sitting out for much of the opening series against Seattle. And here's Tony Parker, who had that career-high 24 on Friday night to get the San Antonio Spurs going. Now, Robert Horry once again in the starting lineup. Phil Jackson.
A minute and 10 seconds into the action.
A question about the 24-second clock, which has been settled now down at 12 on the shot clock. Here's O'Neal powering his way. That's not the shot he had in mind as he put the move on Robinson. Derek Fisher, yes. Well, Derek Fisher hit 4 of 8, including 3 from downtown field. Steve Smith, who has not been able to find the touch, misses on that 3-point attempt.
Not a clean catch that time by Smith, but he's also got to step up. That's a guy with great offensive history. He's made big shots in big moments, not in this series, and he's got to give him some.
And Rick Fox has done an excellent defensive job on Smith. Oh, beautiful feed from Bryant to O'Neal, and the game is tied at 4.
If you're ever going to have a chance of beating the Lakers, you have to play contained defense on the perimeter. I sense a determined team today. Being with them in the hotel this morning, they know Sacramento is ready to close out Dallas. They have to take care of business. They don't want to make this thing go much longer than they have to.
Here is Bryant. Well, Steve, Bill measuring determination in the hotel lobby.
Well, yeah, and he stays in the hotel. We don't get to stay there. I don't understand that. How do you get connected like that?
They were ready early. They had the dark glasses on in the inside dark room.
All right, Tim Duncan on the follow. And Greg Popovich realizing that the Lakers have done a very good job in adjusting on Duncan. Wants to see Tim pick up his shooting. He's only 37% for the series, although he's been the high-point man. Oh, Robert Horry able to put it down.
The Lakers are a great defensive team, and they have been working diligently. Study relentlessly on how to slow down the other team's strength.
Parker challenging O'Neal. And back comes Fox.
You know, Duncan's problem, Parker's problem is made shots. You know, they make their shots. All of that preparation, all of that knowledge goes out the window. When you're
wrong. Robert Horry doing a good job fronting on Duncan. Now Duncan takes it to Parker.
One of the problems that San Antonio's having executing their set offense, David Robinson's handling the ball too far away from the foul line.
Just to let him know he's not going to get pushed around.
Duncan double team gets it to Robinson. There are a couple of nice exchanges between those two at 10. O'Neal with the drop step. And a nice move by Shaq, so the Lakers lead 12-10.
In the fourth quarter, you don't score. You have to think you're doing something right.
Forward is rejected by O'Neal. Parker gets back to cut off Bryant. Here's Fisher feeling it, but comes up short on the 3-point attempt. Horry with the good hustle. And they have the new shot clock. Horry fires for 3. Robert Horry extends to a 15-10 Laker lead. No, wait, he said 10 or 15. which I would buy. I would buy 10 to 15. He said he's among the top 10 to 15.
Michael, you're going to name 15 real fast, and you'll say, so where's Robert Horry?
Here's Horry. From downtown. Bill changing his mind.
Who would have thought? Forcing Greg Popovich to take a timeout.
6-point Laker lead with just under 6 remaining of the first.
His work.
Here's Fox. Rebounded by Duncan. Parker on the move. Parker looks to go all the way, and a foul is called. And Dick Pavetta was looking for some help from the outside of Mr. Mike Callahan. He's calling a blocking foul on the Lakers.
His right ankle, he says that all of the breakdown in his body is simply 10 years of taking a beating. Now, I asked him to please categorize what hurts the worst. It's his left ankle first, his right ankle, his right big toe, and then his right finger. I said, what could possibly give you a problem in this game? He said, his toe will give him a problem.
Period of injuries that Jim detailed. Here's Smith. On the follow, cannot hit. And Ori comes up with it.
That initial shot by Smith was blocked by Robert Ori. He stuck with it.
Fox is fouled. Rick Fox was in early foul trouble on Friday night. Duncan picks up his first personal 7'5" Chinese center. Should be the top overall pick in next month's NBA draft. It's all on NBCSports.com. Are you indicating?
Well, here's the bad news. The Lakers are ahead by 5 and he's sitting down. So if the Spurs are going to make some hay, they got to start moving right now. 4:25 to go.
Tony Parker with the bucket, and he is fouled. So Parker will go to the line. The foul called on Brian Shaw.
Tony Parker is better than I thought he was after watching him during the regular season.
Played by O'Neal. Duncan forced it. O'Neal got a piece of it.
That's the type of play that Duncan has to convert if the Spurs are to have a chance.
Yeah, but he was thinking foul on that one, and he didn't get it. Now he's going to be hot about this call because he said, you don't give me the call down there. Now I come back, I make some contact here, and Duncan is not this emotional, so he can tell you just how important this game is as the big guys go down in the post.
Shaq just punishing his opponents, getting that deep position. Tough call right there. The problem that Duncan had the previous possession on the offensive end was his thought process was wrong.
Kept alive again by Fox. Shaq gets it inside. Rick Fox throws the layup. He was looking for contact. Daniels, who's had a couple of good shooting games in this series, is able to hit his first shot attempt, and that ties it at 19.
The one game that San Antonio won.
Game 3, he said, it's the best that he has felt in quite some time. Marv?
Margin, David Robinson defending or trying to defend against Shaquille O'Neal. Missed the shot. And back comes Parker looking to push it. Parker alley-oops. Robinson missed the stuff.
That's that month off that
sets.
Well, the open court quick game is what really bothers the Lakers, and they're hoping that they don't see themselves down by too much.
The Spurs have taken a 21-19 lead as we approach 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Property, and then they have to go against Shaq.
Lakers have missed their last 6 shots after opening 8 for 11. Well, Shaquille O'Neal ends that streak, and the game is tied at 21.
Well,
David Robinson off his rhythm.
But remember, Marv, he had a dunk like that in the fourth quarter, and it popped in and out. So he's not, he's maybe not feeling his legs as much as we think he should.
Malik Rose with his first field goal. Spurs now lead 23-21. The one
to Shaq right here. Every time he gets to either scores or gets somebody a wide open look, and they ignore him for numerous possessions in a row.
Nice pass. Walker on the one-hop lead thrown by O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal picks up the assist, and the game is tied at 23. And Ori, Duncan sitting down with 2. George, and chalk up another assist for Shaq. That's his second.
One thing that they can't have, San Antonio, is those kind of defensive breakdowns, and that's what they're getting. So, they got to, again, eliminate all those mistakes.
Spurs holding for a final shot of this first quarter. The game tied at 25. You see Parker looking over and head coach Greg Popovich. Final seconds. Parker rejected by O'Neal. And a foul. Robinson got to it, and he was hit. That's 3 blocks for Shaquille O'Neal, and the foul is called on Shaquille. When they were hit with a number of injuries.
Those injuries to Danny Ferry and Bruce Bowen really put the Spurs into a tailspin. They recovered immediately when those guys came out, and again, a plank off the glass.
Time runs out in this first quarter, so the Lakers opened up with hot shooting and then cooled off. The Lakers and the Spurs are 25 apiece. After one, both teams 11 for 21 from the field. David Robinson, the high man for San Antonio, with 8. All right, championship, and the Spurs led the NBA in attendance for the second straight season. Beautiful feed from Bryant to Walker, blocked by Robinson, who has been a major factor in his second game back. Second quarter is underway. Robinson puts the Spurs on 27-25 lead.
And this is the time for San Antonio to make their charge. You got Shaq on the bench.
Committed by Evan George.
David Robinson doing it in every aspect. Defensively, this former MVP, this former world champion, top box.
When they're in this lineup, they go to this guy, number 8. We'll see if he can deliver.
Oh, able to whip right by Daniels and went to the reverse.
You cannot execute out of the triple post. That even brings a smile on it. A look of amazement and wonder to Shaq's face.
It's on Rick Fox, his first.
Kobe Bryant, the inside pivot, put the ball over the top of the defender's hands. The two guys come and glides past him.
And quickly.
San Antonio with a 2-point lead. Terry Porter called for the charge. Offensive foul.
It's been a tough series for Terry Porter. This former great player now in the closing stages here just can't seem to get by people, can't get around him. The defense too good, although it looked like that play there. The Laker was sliding in front, still on the move. You can't snap your wrist every time without thinking about it. As Terry has that severe injury there, it's impossible to score.
Bryant looking to take over here in the second quarter, and he's tying the game at 29. Kobe 3 for 6. He has 6 points.
Team really late in life who are great big men passers, and really remarkable what they've been able to learn about this game, never having played it as a small person.
Samaki Walker with a nice move. That's his second field goal.
3-point shooters are not getting shot. They're just not making it.
Shaquille O'Neal is back, greeted by the crowd as he stepped back on and is called for the foul. That's his second.
And that's exactly what Duncan has to do. But Tim Duncan comes out of this scrum here holding his hip, and he didn't even get hit on that hip, so that is not a good sign.
Parker and Daniels now at the guards. David Robinson has returned, so Robinson up front with Duncan and Bowen.
Off that bad hip.
Once again, Shaq going against the Admiral. Shot clock down to 2. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant off the foot. Robinson comes alive, though, by the Lakers.
Too deep.
Shaq gets inside. Shaquille O'Neal, who attended high school here in San Antonio and has had a rivalry going particularly well here in San Antonio.
Over the years, David Robinson had his number with he was quicker and he was healthier, and the arrival of Tim Duncan has changed that matchup. It used to be brute strength versus quickness.
Bryant. Fox squeezing his way in, but Duncan ends up with the ball.
Come right back to Tim Duncan here. He's feeling an offensive groove here. Got to the line last time against Shaq.
Shaq playing with 2 fouls, as is Bryant, as is Ori. Here is Bowen, who really hits from straight away. He's been strictly left-hand corner, but Bruce Bowen with his first field goal. San Antonio with a 2-point lead. Shot clock down to 4. Fox, Bryant for 3. He has not been able to hit the 3-point shot. And here's one from the crowd. He had to fire that one up because the shot clock was running down. Put up on fire and then cooled off. David Robinson has been a major factor. Duncan draws the double team. Duncan looking to put the move on Walker, and a foul. It's on Samaki Walker. Now, these are two guys who faced each other quite a bit in practice. Samaki Walker, memories and moments that we all love. The Cosby Show, a look back. That'll be next Sunday night at 9, 8 Central right here.
A chance their dream is alive.
Derek Fisher forcing it. And Tyler Daniels showing his speed. Takes all.
That is the thing that San Antonio has with this group, and they've got to try to force that as much as they can and build a lead and keep that crowd in the game.
And you can see that the thought of Greg Popovich right from the start. He wants Parker and Daniels to push it. He wants them to accelerate. Here's O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal with 10 points. And the Spurs now lead 39-35.
Perfect position, forcing Shaq to take tough shots, and Shaq has been making them.
Duncan gets inside. Had very little room to operate against Walker. So San Antonio playing well, and they've taken a 6-point advantage.
Good series. I need to get it done. He's getting it done here in the first half.
Well, he had the 9 for 30 in game 1, and Shaq is getting it done. And then in game 3 on Friday night, 6, although he did have 28 points and 12 rebounds. Parker gives it right back to Duncan.
And this is when they get in trouble, when they're not sure what they want to run, and Duncan has the ball.
And Duncan took a hit again as he went behind the back. So the foul is called on Fisher.
Getting torched. Robert Horry's on the bench. But a foul here. Derek Fisher comes head-to-head. Knocks Duncan to the free throw. To the ground, sending him to the free throw line.
Duncan is 4 for 4.
In the league today don't run a low post offense. Sacramento, San Antonio, they do. So they can take tempo and control of the flow away from Los Angeles. Hope and optimism. You get momentum on the road.
Monty Walker not able to hit the follow. And once again, Daniels looked to put the speed on them, pulled it back. Here's Daniels with a runner.
Ooh. Well, he's got a better shot at him than that. He took the right shot, but that wasn't a good, real strong jump shot. He just kind of pushed it up there.
What are the little guys doing for San Antonio? Not a single one of them is playing with a darn right now. And they're still ahead.
I thought you liked Tony Parker.
Oh, Kobe Bryant, who had gone through a drought, now 4 for 11. He has 8 points.
So what is an offensive foul?
14th foul on the Spurs. Lakers have been over the limit for some time. Bryant being played by Bowen. And Bryant forced to give it up. O'Neal coming up short. O'Neal. So it's tipped home.
Walker.
Samaki Walker with his 3rd field goal. He has 6 points, 44-41. San Antonio with a minute 5 remaining first half. Walker able to work his way off a mix-up defensively by the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers have changed their defensive strategy on how they're going to play that pick and roll. Now they've made the commitment. We're going to force some baseline with the weak side rotation. A little bit slow. Shaq doesn't need to stay with Mark Bryant. He can get there quicker.
Bruce Bowen defending on Kobe Bryant is called for the foul. Now, Bowen made the point the other day. He said, I'm not a Kobe stopper. I'm not going to say I'm a Kobe stopper as Ruben Patterson informed me does. He says I'm a Kobe botherer.
Not going to get to the free throw line. He needs chances like he just got. He gets bodied and then fades away.
Popovich said, look, we are not into the fouling type of defense. We're going to play as well and as hard as we can, but we are not into that nonsense of just hammering people for fouling's sake.
Eddie Ferry is back, replacing Bruce Bowen. Down to a half minute remaining, first half. Duncan lost the handle, try to save it, Lakers on it. And only 1 second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Lakers in possession, down by 4. Fisher playing the clock. Bryant, final seconds. Bryant for the fadeaway. Duncan takes it down. So that is the end of the first half with the Spurs leading the Lakers 46-42. Tim Duncan, high point man with 15. Shaquille O'Neal has 12. Kobe Bryant not shooting well, 4 for 12. He has 9 points. Stay tuned for Verizon Wireless at the half after these messages and a word from your local station. You're watching the NBA playoffs on NBC. Looking to take a commanding 3-1 lead back to Los Angeles for the game on Tuesday night, while San Antonio hoping to tie the series at 2, and Shaquille O'Neal gets right to it. So Shaq now has 14 points, and the Lakers are down by 2. Tony Parker play much of that first half. Bruce Bowen up front with Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
You can see Kobe Bryant is daring Bowen to shoot, so he's getting in the passing lane.
Duncan over Morey. 17 points for Duncan.
And both Duncan and Robinson are laboring, grimacing up and down the court. Not a good sign. The Laker defense always so great. Shaquille O'Neal, this is where he established order in the third quarter of Game 3.
Lakers shot 41% in the first half. Just 19 for 46. San Antonio at 46%. Rick Fox getting the step. That's his first field goal.
And that's what always happens against rotating defense. And if you got a player that's patient like Fox, you can get that layup.
Duncan got the step and possession. So San Antonio leads 50 to 46.
What is the mental thought process of Bruce Bowen?
Robinson. Smith not able to get into it once again.
He needs to make the shot in the worst way, and he's hoping that Duncan and the double team will get him something.
Well, Parker with some room. That's a 2-pointer for Tony Parker. So Parker has 13 points.
San Antonio's playing with great confidence and rhythm right now. They're playing a magnificent, efficient game today. It's only taken 10 shots, yet already has 19 points.
Beautiful crossover by Parker. Bowen. Shaquille O'Neal came out to contest the jump shot of Bruce Bowen. And the Spurs have their biggest lead of the night, up by 10. That will count, and the foul, and Rick Fox heads to the line.
Steve Smith, Bruce Bowen, why are they running at Rick Fox? Rick's is not making any shots from the perimeter. Well, and you're putting all kinds of pressure on your bigs who have to stay at home with Shaq. But one of the real strengths of the Lakers is their mental discipline, their mental toughness, the poise and confidence in the toughest of moments. And they're up against it right now to play it.
Foul on Duncan, his third. Fox completes the three-point play. Rick Fox with 6 points, third. Fisher got a piece of it. And Parker recovers. Was deflected to the backcourt by Fisher, who may be hurt. Here's Duncan. Oh, he's fouled hard by O'Neal. Brown wants a flagrant. A flagrant. Derek Fisher trying to walk it off. Remember, he has made it back from that stress fracture in his right foot. And last year came back in explosive fashion, on fire from downtown in the playoff series against San Antonio. Foul called on Robinson. David Robinson picks up his second.
Duncan and Robinson want a jump ball as Shaq showed him the ball.
From the line in Game 3 on Friday.
With the litany of injuries that Jim Gray read off earlier, you could pick any one of the things. My experience is that when your feet are burning, it's tough to think about your shot.
Collision a moment ago. Hunter playing for the first time today. Here's Duncan giving it back and stolen by Bryant. Bryant spinning his way. Yes, and it counts. And he took a shot in the head from Robinson.
We see so many spectacular plays from this young man. Charged in terms of degree of difficulty, and this one surpasses all of them with the reverse pivot, the spin. David Robinson a little bit late in transition defense, but what can you do against this?
The pain of that, not only Kobe makes it, he gets to the free throw line, but they have a layup for either Duncan or Robinson could they have controlled that last possession, and you're looking at a possible 5-point game.
Robinson very aggressive in this third quarter. A foul on Robinson. The Spurs. Smith tried to save it. Could not. The ball back to the Lakers. The Spurs lead 58-52 as we come up on 7.5 remaining of the third.
If they're going to pull off the victory today.
Kobe Bryant, who took over in the fourth quarter the other night, heating up now. He has 13 points. Kobe showing some signs. The Lakers now within 4. They've trailed by as many as 10. They're not getting help. But the Spurs lead 58-54. Here's Smith. Yes! From downtown. So Smith finally hits a three.
What What a great shooter.
Duncan is playing his best. Smith
again, but this time comes up short. And Walker on the loose ball. So Walker up front now with Fox and O'Neal, Hunter and Bryant in the backcourt. Fox spinning his way, leads O'Neal. As Rick Fox was set flying, he hurt his shoulder.
Well, you got Derek Fisher already out of the game. We hope he's okay. Rick Fox can't even get up off the floor.
It's a 5-on-4 for the Spurs. And David Robinson able to convert. Phil Jackson calling for time. And just under 4 to go in this third quarter. Now Rose defending on O'Neal. Owen over to help. So Bryant has the open shot and knocks down a three. That's his first three-pointer of the series.
Inside-out offense. The repost, it wasn't there. Malik Rose does a good job.
Here's Parker. Rose for Duncan. And Duncan able to help. Bryant beating Walker to get the Spurs an 8-point lead.
The Spurs are getting points, but it's all ragged. It's all broken plays.
Could be considered a small forward going up against Bowen. Foul again on Malik Rose. That's his third, and O'Neal will go to the line.
Fans do not like this call whatsoever.
As Friday night was 12 is 22 in the third quarter to help rally in this third quarter. Spurs trying to tie the series at 2. Lakers looking for a 3-1 advantage, and a foul is called. It's a flagrant foul, says Mike Callahan.
of Antonio Daniels to pick up that flagrant.
The interesting thing was the shot was not even off the ground on the play. He's just standing there, and he's so big and so strong that a normal-sized NBA player.
Antonio Daniels, a 75% free throw shooter, and has provided a lift off the bench. He has 8 points, and now possession for San Antonio. He is back. Jack sits down after picking up his fourth. Here's Duncan over Walker. 27 for Tim Duncan. San Antonio by 10. Remaining in the third.
Phil Jackson is livid with the defensive breakdowns of his Lakers.
Bryant posting. Bryant to the finger roll. Walker is able to clean it up. Samaki Walker with 8 points and an 8-point San Antonio lead.
He put him in the fourth quarter.
All right, here's Hunter. Now Bryant. Not able to hit off that spinning jumper, but kept alive, and a foul on Bowen. Not a good foul. San Antonio over the limit.
Breakdown in the decision-making process. But this move right here where he steps underneath and just wheels around. The only guy that comes to mind with that is Michael Jordan. In terms of that spin one way and hard the other way and then be able to go underneath. Unbelievable. Time to fire up the crowd here. Get it into Duncan early in the shot clock on the low box there. Let him go to work so he doesn't have to shoot it. He can pass it out if need be.
Down to 10 seconds. 6-point San Antonio lead. Down to 5. Parker. Rose is fouled with 3 and 3/10 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Penetration by Tony Parker is what breaks the Lakers down.
It is really good.
How about Bobby Jackson?
And Doug Christie. They're all playing well up there. That's fun to watch those guys.
Final seconds of the quarter. They surround Bryant. He's able to get it away, get it off. Incredible that he's able to get that shot off. So Tim Duncan leads the way with 27 points. Kobe Bryant only 7 of 21 from the field. Headed to the fourth, and the fourth quarter has been dangerous for San Antonio. They're up by 8. We'll be back after this from your local station. By 8 as this fourth quarter gets underway. Lakers stay with Shaquille O'Neal on the bench. He is sitting down with the 4 fouls. Robert Horry guarding Tim Duncan, and a foul. It's on the Lakers.
I believe earlier in the first half, they're not going to be able to hold off Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal.
They are ahead.
So what you're
they've
saying,
been ahead before.
Well, but then it is more than just like
Marvin, I thought the most interesting thing that he said to us yesterday was that he's frustrated and upset because he feels they can beat the Lakers. He says it's maddening.
Well, Greg Popovich very upset with the fourth quarter performance. Friday night, Lakers took over, outscored the Spurs 25-18. Nice. A leap throws from Antonio Daniels. Also, San Antonio have taken care of the basketball very well, but turned it over. Out of two, Parker gets it off. And rebounded by Shaw.
Why isn't Tim Duncan down low? Just torching these guys. Samaki Walker can't guard him.
Walker is fouled. Late whistle. And the Spurs questioning that foul. It's on Duncan, number 4.
the reaction is late as they get the penetration from Bryant. Two guys to him, and he's going to have to wheel and spin, and he gets them across the arm. No player in this game today has committed a personal foul. But there have only been 2 points scored in the quarter, so both coaches knowing that offense is historic.
Horry with Duncan flying by is able to knock it down from three-point land. That's his third three, and the Lakers are within 7 with lots of time remaining. 9 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Beautiful backdoor pass. Parker able to hit, and the Lakers upset. Someone missed an assignment.
Possible to get that. That's why you got to have Robinson play the high post there.
But that's why every fourth quarter has been so difficult for Duncan and the Spurs, because they're sitting in his lap. A reaction from Bowen.
Foul committed by Bowen, so Bryant will head back to the line. We'll be back in a moment. Field goal attempts in this series. He's 9 for 21 at the line. And after missing his last 2, he's able to hit it. The San Antonio lead is now 7 with Antonio Daniels. This huge crowd, better than 34,000, trying to urge the Spurs on. Duncan working on Horry, has to give it up. Here's Bowen, that's his favorite spot on the floor, the left-hand corner from three-point range. And he extends to a 10-point San Antonio lead. Foul is called as O'Neal took that entry pass. He was hit from behind by Robinson. Team foul. Lakers have only 1. Bryant for 3. Rebounded by Horry. Kobe behind the back. O'Neal was surprised by the pass, but Horry is right there.
This Laker team is so good. I mean, they get the rebound, they get the loose ball, the passing, Horry's ability to finish, Kobe and Shaq at the end.
But the Lakers are down by 8, 6:20 remaining of the fourth. Duncan is fouled. Lakers going for the steal as Horry reached in along with Fox. For this man, the NBA's most valuable player. 28 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. So the Spurs back to the 10-point lead. And here's Parker. Rebounded by O'Neal.
San Antonio's missed their last 2. They're giving the Lakers an opportunity. Can anybody come alive offensively for L.A.?
Well, Shaq in the midst of a drought, and he's fouled. Let's just say Kobe Bryant is fouled. He's struggled in the second half. That's 5 on Bowen.
At home, 35,000 fans who are screaming for you. You got a 8-point lead here. Give it to him and let him go to work here and just feed this crowd.
Walker played by Fisher, trying to use the pick. Horry switched off. Daniels with the runner. Good hustle by Duncan, calling for time, preventing the traveling violation.
Or at least it wasn't called.
Los Angeles 3 and a 20. And on the turnover, Horry able to take it away from Parker. It's an 8-point game. Lakers are trailing. Nice pass. And Shaq is headed to the line. The foul committed by Ferry.
Robert Horry
Himself, and he's hanging in. For most people, these would be very impressive statistics. Off the save, Fox tried to keep it alive, but it's out of bounds.
The Lakers have come alive defensively here. They've extended it out there. And
by 7 as we come up on remaining in the 4th. Duncan facing the double. Here is Parker. Box out by Fox and a foul from behind. It's called on Furry. NBC. It's down to a 6-point lead. Down to 5 with 4:04 to go.
Tim Duncan is allowing the double team to take him out of the play. He's got to either go quicker or flash from the weak side.
And to catch fire, he's missed his last 7 shots. Here's Bryant spinning, dumps it off. O'Neal is blocked. That is his 4th block shot. A huge play. Ferry blocked by Fox, and the Lakers get it back with 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Spurs up by 5. Horry met by Robinson. O'Neal. Kobe for 3. Yes! His 2nd from downtown. He has not been hitting the 3-point shot. And even won by the Lakers. They are within 2 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Shot clock down to 7. Duncan is fouled. So Tim Duncan is headed to the line. But a timeout is called. A foul on O'Neal. That is number 5. Kobe Bryant had missed his previous 7. Able to hammer it down from 3-point land.
On the other hand, they've been here so many times. The confidence that they have to get it done. And Shaq is kicking the ball out of the double team before it gets there.
Kobe Bryant being played again by Bruce Bowen. Kobe wants the ball. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kobe. He's been hitting the 3. Does it again. His last 3 field goals. His only 3-pointers in the series. And the game is tied at 85. Just under 2 remaining. Urge on the Spurs. They're on their feet at the Alamo Dome. They triple team Duncan. Bowen with the shot clock running down. Rebounded by O'Neal. 1:05 to go in the 4th quarter.
Nobody wants to shoot. If you're in white, you got to step up and you got to take the pressure like Bryant has been doing.
Bryant off the dribble against Bowen to the crossover. Bryant on the drive. He was looking for a foul. Back comes Parker. Duncan. And the call is offensive foul on Tim Duncan. That's number 5 on Duncan.
Ball up in a tough situation. That's so far from the hoop. Fox has got the good position. The right call by Dick Bavetta there.
Timeout is taken with 46 and 2/10 seconds remaining. In the 4th, when we come back, it will be Lakers in possession. 8 shots. The game is tied at 85. Bryant gives it up. Horry for 3. Rebounded by O'Neal.
Now you play for 1 if you're the Lakers.
There's a 6-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And Kobe Bryant running the clock down. We're down to 10 on the 24. Game tied at 85. Bryant lost it, recovered by Fisher. Down to 4. Here's Fisher with the jumper. Rebound. Bryant, and he hits 5 and 1/10 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And the Lakers have come from 10 back over the last 6 minutes and lead 87 to 85. And remember, the Lakers do have a foul to give on this possession.
But what a rebound. The left hand. Total extension. And then to stick it right back. And that foul to give gives the Lakers a huge advantage.
Kobe Bryant tell you this is why he plays for moments like this. And even when he loses the ball, somehow he's going to be in on the finishing gear.
He was totally out of the play, up behind the 3-point line, and as soon as the shot went, Everybody else was standing, and he kept on the move, knowing it was in play. That's anticipation. That's mental quickness.
San Antonio has one timeout remaining. Bryant with 12 of his 28 here. In the fourth, a 13-1 run for the Lakers. The last 6 minutes, let's see if the Lakers give the foul. They have that one foul to give. Ferry can't find anybody. Now Duncan fouled by Ori, so that slows it down. That will not count. 3 and 2/10 seconds to go. In the fourth quarter, foul on Ori is number 4. And now Ferry over to talk to the head coach, Greg Popovich.
On the cut in game 2 for the dunk that gave him the separation. But the first thing they got to do, and you can see it, Danny Ferry is inbound the ball. He was tight. He did not want to make a mistake. And at this point in the game, a mistake like that, the game is over. The Lakers already have the lead.
Can't find anybody. No timeouts left. Now Porter, played by Fisher. No fouls. Paul Duncan gets it off. And the ball game is over. The Lakers have taken a commanding 3-1 lead. A disheartening defeat for the San Antonio Spurs. Last year, the Lakers crushed the Spurs. They dismantled them in the 4-game sweep. This year, they are torturing the Spurs.
This one hurts more because they didn't have a chance last year. In every one of these games, they have been there, and in the fourth quarter, they have broken down 9 points in the 10 points, and they lose the ball game on a broken play. Doubt to get the ball in. Porter, who hadn't played, slipping on that one. Now there's no time left.
That's the shot they got, and they weren't even guarding the inbounder, Danny Ferry. No, only 6 teams in history have ever come back from being down 3-1. Lakers Tuesday night at home. Watch out.
So the Spurs, 3 of 18 from the field. A terrible fourth quarter. They missed their last 9 shots. They did not come up with a field goal the last 6 minutes and 59 seconds. Lakers up 3-1. Let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Marv. Kobe Bryant, what's with you? How have you become Mr. Clutch?
I just want to win. You know, I'll play hard in crucial situations. My teammates trust me with the ball in my hands, and luckily I was able to get a rebound and put it back.
And the couple of 3-pointers, you struggled the entire game shooting. How did you find the confidence to want the ball as you came down the stretch?
Just got to play. You know, I forget about my last possession. You know, Phil teaches us just to stay in the moment, and that's what we're able to do.
The team was down considerably in the fourth quarter. Were you ever concerned that you were going to have to make another trip back here to San Antonio for Game 6?
No. I mean, there's nothing that we can do about it. We're down 10 with 5 minutes to go. Well, 5 minutes is a lot of time. So it's important for us just to be patient, take our time, and execute.
The play of Shaquille O'Neal. This is a man who's very injured, probably wouldn't be playing if this were the regular season. What can you say about the way he has taken this on and performed?
Man, it's tough. It's tough for him to play. I mean, he's really playing with a lot of pain, and you know, shots that he normally puts down, he can't elevate and he can't go through guys, but he's gutting it out for us.
Kobe, congratulations. Great game.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Marv.
Thank you, Jim. Kobe with 12 of his 28. In the fourth quarter, he had 3 3-pointers on the night, his first 3s of the series. Shaquille with 22, Tim Duncan with 30, only 3 of the 30 in the fourth quarter. The Lakers over the Spurs, 87-85. They lead the series 3-1. The NBA playoffs on NBC will continue Saturday, 6:30 Eastern Time, with either a Game 7 in the Western Conference semifinals or Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Now, coming up next, except on the West Coast, don't miss Weakest Link, followed by a all-new L.A. Law, the movie. So for Bill Walton, Steve Snapper Jones, and Jim Gray, I'm Marv Albert. A dramatic finish for the Lakers here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio as they defeat the Spurs 87-85. Thanks for tuning in. You've been watching the NBA playoffs on NBC.